One of the most eye-opening interviews happened yesterday on the Joe Rogan Experience, where he was essentially red-pilled on just how deep the corruption goes. Not just the Clinton machine, as his guest referred to it, but the integration between Google, big tech, and this country's democracy and our election process. It was perhaps maybe the most important 10 minutes that I've seen aired almost anywhere for just kind of normies to understand. You know, all I'm going to say this is vote early in person. Track your vote. They allow you to do that online. You can check how your vote is. All the details are on Tailgates for Trump. All that kind of stuff. But this is absolutely insane. This article here, no one is paying attention. Google whistleblower tells Rogan free and fair election is actually an illusion. Quick shout out from this video sponsor, Preserve Gold. Many of you out there are worried about the fate of the US dollar. We're living in increasingly uncertain times with inflation, the rise of digital currencies, stock market volatility, and recession warnings. Financial analysts are urging Americans to get prepared right now. That's why you should strongly consider physical gold and silver to help protect your retirement accounts like IRAs and 401ks. Preserve Gold can explore the right options for you and help you take the first step toward protecting your wealth. Today, they are giving my viewers a no-obligation free wealth protection guide that contains a 25-plus pages of detailed information. Text the word quartering, one word, to 50505. Learn how you can help put physical gold and silver into an IRA or 401k and even purchase precious metals for delivery directly to your home. Preserve Gold has hundreds of 5-star reviews and millions of dollars in trusted transactions with satisfied clients. Additionally, you can get up to $15,000 in free gold and silver with qualified purchase. Again, text quartering to 50505 or visit offers.preservegold.com/thequartering or check the link in the description to receive this exclusive offer today. Now, senior research psychologist and Google critic Dr. Robert Epstein told popular podcast Joe Rogan host on Wednesday that a free and fair election is an illusion, now warning of the rise of the technological elite. Many of my viewers kind of already knew this, but I don't want people to blackpill. I still want people to get up and vote. In June 2019, he addressed Congress over his concerns that Google not only possesses a serious threat to democracy and human autonomy, but also advised the lawmakers on how they could end Google's worldwide monopoly on search. Appearing on the Joe Rogan Experience, he explained his belief that there hasn't been a free and fair election nationally since 2012 because tech has been used to manipulate public opinion. I don't think anyone disagreed with that, right? Quote, "We are finding overwhelming evidence that they are very deliberately and systematically messing with us and our elections. Especially, I personally believe that as of 2012, the free and fair election, at least at the national level, has not existed. It's been manipulated since 2012. I say this in part because I met one of the people on Google's search team, on Obama's tech team, I should say, which was being run by Eric Schmidt, the head of Google at the time. I talked to him at great length about what the tech team was doing. They had full access to all of Google's shenanigans, all those manipulations, and one member of the team asked by a reporter how many of the 4 points by which Obama won were points because he did get from the tech team. That guy said 2 of the points came from us. Now, Obama won by 5 million votes. Roughly 2 out of 4 points came from the tech team. That's 2.5 million votes attributed to Google. Think about that. Let me say that again. 2.5 of the 5 million votes that Obama won by were attributed to Google, according to his research. According to Google, I guess. Yikes. Along with Epstein, along with others at the American Institute for Behavioral Research and Technology, released a study that claimed companies have the ability to influence decisions of undecided voters through search suggestions on Google search engines. We saw this in real time when there was an attempt on Trump's life, right? You try to Google search, you try to search for, Trump, attempt on Trump's life. Google wasn't showing anything. Google wasn't auto-completing it. Google was searching, serving up Kamala Harris ads instead of serving up Trump ads. We saw it in real time, you know? The Google whistleblower told the Daily Caller News Foundation that search engine operators controlling search suggestions could have the power to shift a large number of votes without people's awareness. What did we just see with Amazon Alexa, which is in millions of homes, right? People were able to, with repeated success, get it to show unbelievable bias. Simply by asking, why should I vote for Kamala Harris? Amazon Alexa listed a litany of reasons. When people said, why should I vote for Donald Trump? Alexa refused to answer. Direct interference, in my opinion, a direct effort to sway people to vote for Kamala Harris. Amazon, of course, simply labeled it a glitch and fixed the glitch. By 2016, I'd calculated that Google could shift, and it would be toward Hillary Clinton, of course, whom I supported at the time, that Google could shift between 2.6 and 10 million votes to Hillary. Clinton, that election, with nobody knowing, she won the popular vote by 2.8 million votes. Epstein said, if you take Google out of that election, the popular vote would have been tied. A couple days after the election, all the leaders in Google get up on stage, and they're talking to Google's 100,000 employees. And one by one, they're going up to the mic and saying, we're never going to let this happen again. That was after Trump won, by the way. The Google whistleblower then added, between President Joe Biden and Trump, if Google had been taken out of the equation, Trump would have won 11 out of 13 swing states instead of just 5. Going forward, roughly 2012, I think the free and fair election is an illusion. And this is something very weird, ironic. This is something that Dwight D. Eisenhower warned about. He also warned about the rise of a technological elite that could someday control public policy without anyone knowing. I mean, is anybody surprised? Here's just a small clip from it.
Tweeted to his whatever. But in 2019, after I testified before Congress about some of my research on Google, President Trump tweeted to his whatever gazillions of followers, basically some praise for my research. He got the details wrong. But then Hillary Clinton, whom I had always admired, chose to tweet back to her 80 million Twitter followers.
She destroyed this man's life.
And she tweeted that my work had been completely debunked and was based on data from 21 undecided voters. I still have no idea where any of that came from. Probably someone from Google, because Google was her biggest supporter in 2016.
I mean, could you imagine? As many as 10 million votes, and that was just in 2016. Okay? In 2024, that number, when you include Amazon, could be double that. I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't have any science to back that up. I would argue that I think a sane person would say that it's more, not less, right? Joe Rogan also predicted massive craziness whether former President Trump or Vice President Kamala is elected to the White House. Fox News' Kat Timpf joined Tuesday's episode of Joe Rogan Experience, and Rogan at one point asked whether there'd be more bad behavior in reaction to Trump or Harris getting elected. In terms of people's reaction, do you think that more aggressive behavior will take place if Trump gets in office or if Kamala gets in office? Because I anticipate there's going to be some craziness after the election. The podcaster and comedian did not weigh in on what kind of craziness he foresees and whether it would echo J6, but he predicted madness no matter what, based on how tribal politics have become and how the split the election is. Whatever it gets decided, there's going to be some madness. There's going to be some real madness. Timpf predicted a bad reaction from either side. It's going to be bad no matter what. in terms of reaction to either side. I'm not looking forward to it, she said. Rogan warned that such chaos could cause a kind of fear and push more power to the federal government without predicting a Harris or Trump victory. Well, that's what they want. I mean, look, the Secret Service for the Department of Homeland Security just declared November 6th a day of national security. Why do you think they're doing that? They believe that. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but this would be the ultimate goal, of a communist dictatorship. You cause chaos, you step in to quell the chaos, you install new rules to make sure there's no more chaos. Now you say you caused a problem, you bring up a solution. The solution always allows you to gain more control, and you just keep doing it. Anyone remember the Patriot Act? Anyone remember the Patriot Act?
Boy, was that handled the war. I mean, so they go from that to people, setting buildings on fire, and then
CNN calling it very fine people, right? The whole thing is crazy. Tens of millions of votes, according to this man's research, would be affected by Google, and that's probably short now. Look at all the work they did to probably manipulate for Joe Biden. I don't know. I assume they're working overtime on Kamala Harris because we saw, again, the Amazon thing was real. I'm not making that up. If I go like Amazon promotes Kamala, right? This is real. This was not a glitch. They actually did it. If this plays. Seems like it won't.
Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
While there are many reasons to vote for Kamala Harris, the most significant may be that she is a female
Black.
of color with a comprehensive plan to address racial injustice and inequality throughout the country.
Alexa, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
I cannot promote content that supports a certain political...
I mean, there are thousands of examples. This wasn't an isolated incident. Amazon, admitted it. But, who am I? I'm just a guy who's going to be voting on the very first day of early voting in person, and we'll be tracking his vote. And I think you should all too. Hopefully, Google gets broken up and Amazon gets prosecuted for these things, but who knows? Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.